Welcome, one and all, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Folks, I have got some great news. We're going to have some terrible weather on the East Coast on Saturday, and that means Trump's birthday parade may be canceled due to thunderstorms. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha, you made God mad, and now he's shooting lightning at your birthday tanks. This is true. This actually might happen. According to the Army spokesman, rain won't stop us, but if there's lightning that puts the crowd at risk, they will cancel or postpone. It will depend on the president, too, when he's available. Let me tell you, if it's raining, he won't be available. Because if he gets too wet, it all slides off. And someone has to carry his face and his hair around in a bucket. That's not the only bad news for Trump's big day. Polls show 6 in 10 Americans say a military parade is not a good use of government money. No, it's a complete waste. It's a complete waste of government money, especially since he's already throwing a big military parade out in Los Angeles. Now, oh, you watch the news. That's interesting. If this birthday jackboot jamboree does come off officially, it's to honor the 250th anniversary of the Army, which is why they're planning to have the troops march in historical military costumes from the Revolutionary War to today. They're showing off every era of Army fashion. Colonial, War of 1812, apple-bottom jeans, boots with the fur. Oh, there could be a bunch of protesters out there, too, thanks to something called the No Kings movement, which is planning counter-demonstrations nationwide. And today, Trump was asked about no kings, and he swore he's not a monarch.
No, we're not a king. We're not a king at all.
Oh. We are not a king? Then verily, why dost thou sons look so inbred? Now, when Trump's not busy claiming he's not a king, he still has plenty to do as the self-anointed chair of the Kennedy Center. Last night, he and Melania saw the opening of Les Miserables, and he took questions on the red carpet.
We've seen it a number of times. It's fantastic.
Do you identify more with Jean Valjean or Javert?
That's a tough one, that last part of that question. That's tough, I think. You better answer that one, honey. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Javert is the bad guy. You just said you've seen the show a number of times. Is that number 0? Though it is possible Trump doesn't remember who the characters are because his brain is wet bread. The character I identify most with is Lester Miserables. Big tough guy. Built that castle on a cloud, not happy about it. J.D. Vance also attended last night with the second lady, and he tweeted this, I'm gonna say joke. About to see Les Miserables with POTUS at the Kennedy Center. Me to Usha. So what's this about? A barber who kills people? Usha, semicolon, hysterical laughter. My wife thinks I'm so funny. She's actually been hysterically laughing nonstop ever since Trump picked me as his running mate. She just laughs and laughs and keeps washing her hands, muttering, they never get clean, they never get clean. We have fun. It's fun. You guys have a floor here. For weeks, Trump has been attacking drag performances at the Kennedy Center. So in protest, a group of decked-out drag queens walked right in to watch the show last night. That is, yes, good for them. Yeah. Well, that is amazing, except for anyone sitting behind them. Yes, you slay, queen, I'm with you. Are you gonna wear the big wig the whole time? Okay, work. In another act of protest, at least 10 members of the touring cast of Les Mis have chosen not to perform during the show's run to the Kennedy Center. Yeah. But you never really notice, thanks to the breathtaking performance of understudy Jean Valmop. That's the character I identify with right there. Trump made a big deal of attending last night because things aren't going so great at the Kennedy Center. In fact, ever since Trump's takeover, ticket sales have fallen 50%, while subscription revenue is down 82% for theater. I don't understand why people aren't flocking to see Trump's revamped, hand-picked programming. For instance, for just $99, you could have seen the world premiere of the conservative docudrama, The American Miracle, Our Nation is No Accident. See, America, you weren't an accident. England and Jesus were ready for a baby. Okay? Now, while Trump was out on the red carpet, a Fox News reporter asked him about the growing protests against his immigration crackdown.
The protests have spread now to 16 cities across the U.S. If this turns in...
That's what you're saying. Do I believe you? I don't think so.
Well, I got that from the Fox News brain room.
Yes. Yes. If you didn't know already, Fox News has what they call a brain room. It's where they keep all of their brains to make sure they don't accidentally use them on air. The protests have been largely peaceful. Well, you wouldn't know that from watching cable news. Listen to this dire warning from CNN.
There's graffiti behind where these officers are that says F Trump. The smell of weed is in the air.
Oh, no! The smell of weed is in the air where it's legal in Los Angeles. They better call the SWAT team and then a taco truck. Between the smell of, I smell churros with both a caramel and a chocolate sauce. Between sending in the National Guard uninvited and then deploying active duty Marines, experts say that Trump is opening the door to the most extensive use of military force on American soil in modern history. Yes, damn it. Why can't I live in a time when we have the most extensive use in modern history of something fun? Just once, I want to see the headline, Americans faced with unprecedented level of calamari for the table. Yesterday, you want calamari? Calamari. Let's get orange whip. Yesterday, the Senate Appropriations Committee tried to get some answers from Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. But things got weird when Hegseth started talking about how the military has been wasting money on research.
We did find lots of other research inside the Defense Department to the tens and millions, and in some cases, hundreds of millions of dollars that was a boondoggle for the American people.
Give me an example of a boondoggle in medical research in
there are
defense health.
I mean, we're talking about some stuff I shouldn't say in public. You know, marbles in the rear ends of cats.
Okay. That sounds unusual, sticking marbles in the rear end of a cat. For the record, that is part of a real study to develop critical treatment for spinal injuries, but also finally explains those motivational posters, ow, my ass is full of marbles. Makes the cat very heavy, hard to hang on. Because it's got the... Very... Donald Trump is trying to spray his scent on everything. Reportedly, the folks in charge of the National Zoo are now hunting for improper ideology. You hear that, zoo animals? You better get right with MAGA. That means birds may only use their right wings, elephants must forget our shameful history of racism, and all monkeys doing it in front of our preschoolers must be married. Put a ring on it, Bobo. By which I mean the finger. That's where I want the ring to go. In addition to the zoo, the National Park Service will now be asking visitors to offer feedback on any information they feel portrays American history and landscapes in a negative light. And it's clear what kind of negative feedback they're looking for. For example, at one Civil War battlefield, Trump's folks put up a sign that asks visitors to identify any signs or other information that are negative about either past or living Americans. I'm sorry, I thought all the reviews were in on the Civil War. They might as well just give out response cards like at the Cheesecake Factory. Let us know your thoughts. Excellent, good, needs more slavery. Oh, this is exciting. This is exciting. There's a new tell-all book about public radio. It reveals that back in the 1970s, the NPR newsroom was awash in sex, drugs, and rock and roll, complete with a staff cocaine dealer. Oh. Okay, well, in that case, we've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time. It's actually, wait, don't tell me. Okay, tell me. No, wait. Now, here's the thing. According to the book, early NPR reporters saw themselves as radio revolutionaries who were mostly young and single and frequently slept with each other. And let's just say, all things were considered. Sometimes right on that tiny desk. Oh! We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are John C. Reilly and filmmaker Ava Victor, but when we come back, science.